for Trump 2020, for America, for freedom. Just promoting freedom out here. You guys want to go to the shade? I know you do. Beautiful hot day at Clearwater Beach, guys. Trump 2020. So let me ask you a question. Did you hear about the protesters in Colorado? Sure. So there were some protesters in Colorado, my home state. They went to an ICE facility and took down the American flag and replaced it with the Mexican flag. What do you think about that?
That makes my stomach turn. Love it or leave it. About it. Love it or leave it. Right?
Can you think of one other country in the world where you could do something like that and get away with it?
No, chop your hands off. You know what I mean? It's sickening.
And to top it all off, the videos online is pretty cringy. They were cheering as the Mexican flag replaced the U.S. flag the protesters.
Get them out.
This was at a federal facility.
Get them out.
You know,
Leave it, man. If you don't, there's no chains holding you here. You can't just go and change somewhere, you know? Like you like the laws, you live by them, or you leave. You have options here. That's the best part about it. You don't have to stay.
Why do you think so many Americans take their freedoms for granted?
Spoiled? I don't know. If you don't like it, get out. Don't cry about it, get out. You know? We let everybody in. Do it the right way, like everybody else's ancestors did. My ancestors did, and they're fine.
We're the most generous country on the planet. We're the most prosperous country on the planet. We're the most economically, medically advanced country on the planet. And yet people take things for granted like clean drinking water. You know, there's not bombs going off here. We have an abundance problem. And I think immigrants around the world understand that, which is why they want to come here. What do you think about that?
I think if you're going to come here, do it the right way. If you're not, then don't come. Do it the right way. You know? You can't even get into Canada if you've had driving while intoxicated violations on your driver's license. And that's connected to us. You can just come here. Anybody can come here. You know what I mean? So respect it or leave.
What do you think the root cause is for so many people that have a disdain for the country? Like, they see the flag as controversial. Nothing I'm wearing right now is controversial. I'm wearing a shirt.
I think they're sheep. I think they're sheep, and they just listen to the loudest squawker, and they don't think for themselves. They fall for this nonsense that everybody preaches, and it's just nonsense. You can preach nonsense here if you want. It's your right. It's also your right to listen to it or not listen to it. You just walk away. If you don't like a song on the radio, you change the station. Wrong, right? I mean,
They want it banned.
not forced. You're not forced.
They're like, I don't like that song, so that person shouldn't be allowed to make music.
Well,
That's the
if
solution.
you got a mentality like that, then you should go fuss and cry like you do here and see what happens to you in Venezuela. See what happens to you in Russia. See what happens to you in in Cuba, all these socialist program run countries that are just in the tank. They're just all done.
Yeah.
They're starving. They got no money. There's no work. There's no infrastructure, and that's the result of socialism.
Immigrants around the world obviously see that America is the greatest place on earth. That's why they want to come here. So it's funny that the average Bernie Sanders supporter lives in their mom's basement,
That's it.
or they're in college,
That's it.
and they're being brainwashed 24/7 by propaganda.
You're 100% correct, and it's disgusting. You know,
Who has the best shot to beat Trump in 2020?
nobody has a shot.
Nobody?
Trump's got it.
What if they put their collective powers together?
No, and if you know what, if you don't vote for Trump, if you vote for somebody else, one of them independent guys has like 100, then you're basically voting against him. The guy's the first president in 30 years that's turning the ship around, and he's done. he hasn't built the whole wall yet because nobody will let him do it. But what nobody hears about is the actual additions to the wall that have happened. So they shut him down, but he still's getting it done. It's just not as fat. Rome wasn't built in a day, you know.
It's very true, and
It just takes time and money.
you've got anti-American politicians who are elected to represent the people who voted them in, and yet they're campaigning, literally, Beto O'Rourke campaigning south of the border.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because he'll prevail in the end.
Yeah, and I always like to say in 2020, the election for the left is not about voting for somebody. It's about voting against Trump. They don't care who it is. They're going to vote for him because they hate Trump.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their vote they're even stand for. They just don't want to see him. It's just they're following. They're not thinking for themselves, and it's going to ruin it for the rest of us. But